Within these stout walls that I go... Okay, so this is the bank. Alright. Let's check out the new item shop here. Weapon shop. Oh, there are like demons assailing a little girl over there. I'm just noticing to my left. We'll check that out in a second. Okay. Ooh, a wizard staff. A staff imbued with the mystery of magic. I bet you we could probably use that to cast a spell. That is probably what we want to buy first to give Eileen something to do all the time. Also, look at the it almost doubles her attack. What else can we get here? A Cloak of Evasion, which is a big defense upgrade for everyone, but we're gonna need, oh geez, like 5,400 gold to get all of them. All right, so we need 5,400 gold for that. We can start working on earning that up because we're about to spend 4,000 on this wizard staff. We should be able to earn 5,400 gold pretty quickly with the fights we're getting at this point in the game. Oh, and we have the loyalty customs. We get 1,000 gold off. We literally get 25% off. That loyalty card is amazing. And we are never getting rid of it. Anything we can sell? We can get rid of this Oaken Club. Yeah, selling the loyalty card sounds really stupid. It just saved us 1,000 gold. Let's give it up for 300, right? Another Oaken Club over here and a shield that we don't need. Not only does this give us money, but it frees up inventory slots, which is even more important. And we can get rid of this old Divine Dagger. And just like that, we have enough for the first Cloak of Evasion. Which I think needs to go to Eileen just because of how far she is behind in defense. This is actually going to push her from being behind in defense to being even better than Sigurd for the moment, which is kind of insane. And we get 450 gold off because of our amazing loyalty card. Holy crap. I don't think she had any armor at all. That's why it's such a big upgrade. Oh, she had plain clothes. Yeah. Which is practically no armor at all. Alright. So, let's see what's going on over here. Help! Help me, I pray! But by heaven, will no one come to my aid? I am beset by foul fiends. Cree, scree! The maid is ours, unhand her! Cree, fools, then thou too shall be devoured. Alright, we got gremlins. Godly snack. Best not to button to affairs that don't pertain to you. Who knows, that girl probably paid for those demons. I mean, that's something to think about, I guess. Alright, so let's see if we can use, if I'm right, and we can use this wizard staff in combat. It looks like it can, maybe. Yes! We can use the wizard staff in combat to basically do a fire attack on a group. That is amazing. Unlimited magic is at our fingertips. If we attack with it normally, what happens? 11 points. Probably gonna be better to use the spell. I cannot thank thee enough, brave adventurer. Full sure I was that mine end was nigh. Prithee, come with me. I would have my dear grandfather know of the great deed thou hast done. Come now, tarry not. Is the guy that has the boat? Of course it is. Grandfather, hark! I have quite a tale to tell thee. 'Twould seem my granddaughter oweth thee her very life, friend. How might so great a debt of gratitude ever be repaid? But of course thou shalt have use of my ship. Please, 'tis the least this old fool could do. Sailor wherever thou fancy leadeth thee. Wheresoever thy fancy leadeth thee. I'm having a hard time reading the Old English, huh? But know this, the sea do swirl and swell most mightily of late. Make thy first voyage a brief one. Sail thee to Elfgard in the east, and thence proceed to the town of Tantagil. Elfgard is the name of the world map in part 1. The monarch of that fair realm cannot but wish to aid thee in thy quest. Well, he is like our like our ancestor that founded our kingdom, you know, like his wife was the princess of that kingdom, so that makes sense. We're related. May fortune attend the young hero. You'd think we would just visit him every now and then, you know? We would already know him, but I guess not. Our town is a place of many comings and goings. As such, we do see a goodly number of odd bodies and boob. Wait, what? We see a goodly number of odd bodies and boobs. I know what she means, but it's a weird thing to say nowadays, I guess. Thou art a traveler, art thou not? Then thou must not be without our fine selection of items upon that road. Alright, what do you sell at the item shop? Banishing bells. Makes it harder for spells like snooze and fizzle to affect you. I mean, that seems amazing. We really kind of want that. That's an accessory, I do believe. Alright, so we need 2 more cloaks of evasion. That's 3,600, and we need 3 banishing bells, I think. So that's... oh, man. Bath, 1920. So... we need a little under 6,000 gold. Probably like 5,000 because of our discount, right? Okay. Let's go ahead and buy one of the banishing bells. Give it to Gilded so that Gilded never falls asleep. They're 160 off. Alright. And we have access to the boat, but I kind of want to level a little bit more. Also, what is this place to our right here? How do we get in there? I guess we get in there with the boat. Or is that just the way out? Let me see what I can see. Let's get in our boat for a minute. What's up here? Is this the way out to the sea? I think this might be the way out to the sea. Yeah. Alright. What is that other room? Why, 'tis the company of heroes who did pluck mine own granddaughter from the very jaws of fate. Wish ye to set sail, then suffer you not this old fool to come between you and your voyage. Nice. Let's check out what's behind this silver door here. One dark and stormy night, my prized ship, laden with all my worldly treasures, did founder and sink to the ocean floor. Though a passing vessel did haul me breathless from the brine, alas, my fortune was lost beneath the rolling waves. Were there a seafarer with skill enough to retrieve my treasures, most handsomely would I reward him. So there is a shipwreck with treasures in it that we need to retrieve. Seems pretty... so Godly says, seems pretty conspicuous that the king is always the one alive with the heirs. And Echo says, Godly is asking the real questions. Not gonna lie. Sure. Something you wanted to say a couple streams ago. You noticed that the very first few games there's always a king and an heir. What happened to the queens? I mean, this is a JRPG. You can't have both your parents. Come on. It's just like Disney. At least one parent has to die. Alright. Let's get some money. And see about getting, those other items. We got 2 more banishing bells and 2 more cloaks of evasion to buy. Also, there is some kind of shrine up here I want to check out. Ooh, metal slime. Oh well, one day. They're so hard to catch. Ooh, big bad boons. Big bada boom. Alright, wizard staff. Beautiful. Not so worried about Eileen anymore now that she has actual defense. And unlimited spells too, it's beautiful. That town was exactly what she needed to get back into the group. Now, what is this? We need a gold key to get to the teleportal. If thou wouldst fain open yon door, then thou must first gain a golden key. I know but one man who doth possess such an item. yet he dwelleth upon a distant isle. Alas, lacking a boat with which to reach such a place, I must go to my grave, ignorant of what lieth hidden here. Alright, so the golden key is on an island. That's what we've learned here. There's a teleportal here that we can use later. And the golden key is on an island. We're about to have a boat. There are several possible islands. I think the most likely culprits are going to be off in the west. I mean, the east, right? So, like, we're supposed to go check out Tantegel first, which is here. But, there are several, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 islands with places on them over here. One of those is probably, the Golden Key, maybe. There's also this island here with 2 spots on it. This doesn't seem to have anything on it. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of islands to check out, so we'll definitely have to check one of them out. And well, all of them out, really, but Golden Key is high up on our list of things we'd really like to have. Alright, Corpse Corporals. No big deal. Do you have a Chimera Wing? You know what happened last time. True facts. I don't know. We should check. I think we might. Ooh, level up. Is it Eileen? It is. Level 9. 1 strength, 3 agility, 1 HP, 3 MP. Okay. Could be better. Not going to complain though. As far as a Chimera Wing, no, I've learned nothing. We don't have a Chimera Wing. Keeps things more interesting, right? We're actually really close to town, and we don't have that much money to lose anyways, so I'm not too worried about it. But it is a good point that I should probably have a Chimera Wing on hand. Because we only have one character that can cast Zoom, and we have nobody that can cast Zing yet, which would be the spell to resurrect people. You know, and while we're talking about it, let's talk about that spell for this game. In Dragon Quest, the resurrection spell fails. Like, it'll be like, you cast resurrect. Nope, not this time. And it fails fairly regularly, too. There's something you gotta put up with. You do get an upgraded version later with a better success rate. I don't know if you ever get one that's perfect. The only downside of the wizard staff is it takes more button presses to go down to the item, pick the staff, and hit use, and it does just say attack. Alright, let's see. We have enough money to buy another Banishing Bell. So grinding up this money also just sort of gives us an excuse to level up at the same time, too. Which is also something that we really ought to do, so... Kind of like missing heal in Fire... Is it Fire Emblem 5? You can miss with your heal in Fire Emblem 5? That's rough. Ooh, here's a new enemy. A Mud Mannequin. Let's have them focus on him. Eileen focus on the big group with her staff. I feel like the flower should take more damage from fire, but, you know. That's just me. So how big of a chance did you have to miss with your heals in Fire Emblem 5? Which one's 5, by the way? I don't know my Fire Emblems that well. Which one's the one that was put on the Game Boy Advance? Was that 7 or was that 5? I know it was like around that area, numbers wise. Like the one that was just called Fire Emblem. It says that they don't put the numbers on the Fire Emblems, so I don't know what the numbers are, honestly. Game Boy Advance was 6, 7, and 8. So 5 was the one before that. Okay. Is that the Thracia one or whatever that everybody says is really, really hard? Level up. Eileen, level 10. 1 strength, 1 agility, 1 resilience. I mean, that's kind of pitiful. 1 HP, 2 MB. I mean, you tried. You got something, right? Ooh, Kasap. I take it all back. It was a good level. Yeah, I've heard that Thracia is, like, super hard. I've never heard, like, the reasons why, but I mean, saying that the heal spell just fails sometimes, that's up there. I've been told by several people that's the hardest Fire Emblem. 776, huh? Okay. Ooh, another level. Is it level 20? It is, level 20. 4 strength, 4 agility, 1 resilience, 8 HP. That's how you do a level. Dude, what's he up to now? 60 strength. Beautiful. 95 max HP. Is that Mud Mannequin steal MP? Is that what it says it does? That's no fun. Get rid of that guy. We can't allow that. That's just no, sir. You went from minor annoyance to big annoyance now. Alright. Almost have enough for the next cloak. Loving the wizard staff. Look at that. That's just beautiful. You know, now that we've gotten these item upgrades, we're doing so much better. I think let's just go get in the boat. Let's go. We'll buy the Cloak of Evasion, and then let's just go get in the boat and explore. We'll level up and everything as we explore the world map. I think we're strong enough. That should be fine. We'll still work on getting everyone a Cloak of Evasion and everyone one of those bells, but I don't think we need to do it before we leave, you know? And another level. Sigurd, 18? Yep. 2 strength, 3 agility, 1 resilience, 4 HP, 4 MP, and mid heal. Beautiful. Speaking of spells, if we look, Sigurd's got 2 more world map spells. Eileen has 5 more? Wow. Gilda doesn't get any spells. Alright, let's go get over here. Let us go buy... I feel like we probably want the cloak over the status ailment protection, maybe? Like how much defense is it giving me? Just this comes up in every fight, whereas the status ones come up in certain annoying fights. Although those are usually the most annoying fights. So 10 more for Gilded, but like what, 23 more for Sigurd? That's a pretty big defense bump. That's over 50%. Let's buy it. I think we may be able to buy one of the bells too. We can sell our chainmail. Yeah. So all we're short is 1 of each. Let's see, Vanishing Bell. And we'll give that to Eileen. Alright. And let's get in the boat. Well, let's save our game, actually. We've come quite a long way. Let's go ahead and stay at the inn while we're here, too. Can give the rundown on Dragon Quest again. Never really got into it. The rundown on Dragon Quest. When you say the rundown, what do you mean? Like, on all the games? Or... like, what would you like to know? It's a very big topic, Dragon Quest. Alright, let's get in our boat. Alright, so we're supposed to head to Tantagel first. We look at our world map. It's underneath the freaking feather. I wish I could turn that feather off. It's just, like, I know where I am. It's kind of annoying at the moment. Disappears for a second as the map goes away. Okay. Let's just walk from here. It's the world map from the first one, but it's much smaller than it was in the first one. Anyways, this is Tantagel. Welcome, friend, to Castle of Tantagel. Tantagel, Tanto something. The lore for 2 and 3. Okay. Yeah, we'll go into that in just a second. Almighty goddess, we pray upon the ancient teachings of the ring true. May the light shine upon the scions of Erdrick. This is the guy that healed us for free in the first one. Looks like he still does it. Alright, so we can get our church services done. Is this where we can save? Looks like it. Many years ago, there dwelt here in the castle of Tantagel a fair princess by the name of Gwaelin. The legends tell that she quit this place to journey forth at the side of he who deliver our world from the darkness. We may only guess at how many aeons have passed since these events took place. It's been 100 years. But I forget myself, friend. Like they already told us. Tantagel biddeth thee welcome. It's only been 100 years, people. Are you perchance the descendants of the mighty Erdrick, about whom we've heard so much? Yes. You are, but of course you are. Welcome to your ancestral home, Tantagel, honored friends. So, let's talk about what happens in the first 3 Dragon Quests. So, the first 3 Dragon Quests constitute basically one story, right? In the first Dragon Quest, you start in this castle right here. And you are charged by the king to kill the Dragon Lord, who is in that castle right over there across the water, surrounded by poison. That bridge isn't there though. You have to get together a bunch of special artifacts, like the rain staff and the sunstone, and you mix them together to make the rainbow drop or whatever that you can use to make a rainbow bridge that extends across there, so you can get to that island in the center of the world map. Along the way, you also save the princess who's been kidnapped and is guarded by a green dragon. You gather up the legendary equipment of your legendary ancestor. You're told throughout the first adventure that you have this ancestor, this legendary ancestor named Erdrick, who was a great hero, and that's why they're entrusting you to save the world from the Dragon Lord. This great hero Erdrick, who you descend from. Anyways, so the hero in the first one saves the princess, gathers up the legendary equipment, finds the artifacts, makes the rainbow bridge, goes over to that castle right down there, and kicks the Dragon Lord's butt, and gets back the Orb of Light from him, which he had stolen. And you save the world. At the end of the story, you come back to this castle right here, and the king says, I mean, you should be king. You're so awesome. Why don't you take my throne? And you say, no, king, I'm not going to take your throne. If I'm going to rule, it's going to be my own country. So I'm going to go away from these lands. I'm going to travel far away, and I'm going to found my own country. And the princess says, but I love you now, take me with you. And you say, okay. So you and the princess go off to found your own country. And you do so. And this game picks up 100 years later, where you have the descendant of Erdrick traveled from here across the lands to the east, where he founded his own kingdom. And at this point, that it represents 3 kingdoms. The kingdom of Moonbrook here, of Middenhall here, and Cannock up here, which are where the 2 princes and princess which make up our party come from. It's the Princess of Moonbrook, and the princes of Middenhall and Cannock are our party members. At the beginning of the game, demons led by a foul dark priest named Hargon attack Moonbrook, and mean to attack the rest of the country too. And they burn Moonbrook to the ground. They kill the princess's father, the king, and the princes get together. They save the princess from being turned into a dog, and now we're questing out to find Hargon and put an end to this madness. And that's all what's going to happen in part 2. Eventually Hargon's going to be like summoning a demon and all kinds of other stuff, and we're going to deal with that in this one. Then when you get to Dragon Quest 3, it's a prequel to the first 2, where you go back and it tells the origin story of that legendary hero Erdrick that we've been told we descend from over and over again in the first 2 games. So the third game is actually a prequel to the first 2, which tells the story of Erdrick, the legendary hero that all the heroes thus far have descended from. And now it'll have a whole new world map, which is like it's based on the real world, which is kind of trippy. Like you'd be like, hey, wait a minute, this is Italy, and the country here is named like Rome or something. Like it's like, wait a minute. So like the whole world map, it sort of looks like the real world map. And then you end up going to the underworld eventually, and in that underworld you'll find, ooh, look at that. In that underworld you'll find this world map again, which is going to be a whole thing, and we'll get into that when we get to Dragon Quest 3. But for now, all you need to know is that 100 years ago, the founder of our countries helped to save the world here in Tantegel by defeating the Dragon Lord before he went off with the princess and made these new countries. And we are the 2 princes and the princess of the countries he founded after the end of the first game. There you go. There's some lore. And then eventually we will get to Dragon Quest 11, and Dragon Quest 11 once again picks up the story of this world far in the future. Where so Dragon Quest 1, 2, 3, and 11 are all in the same world. And some of the other Dragon Quests also take place in the same world, but we'll get to that later. For now, let's focus on the first trilogy. We're going to play them in order, so we'll be able to catch all the references when we find them. Tell me, Wanderer, Hast thou heard the tale of the sunken treasure? I have. Okay, so this guy told me that his boat sank and there's some treasure and I could totally find it and it would help him out, and I'm probably just gonna keep it, right? But